Hey, it's Kevin. Welcome back to another episode of Kev TV. I promised to be a little bit lighter this time around, and I think we're going to deliver. We're talking about fame, not necessarily fortune, but fame and what it takes to be famous. Now, in a way, my tongue is in my cheek, but in a way, it's not. There is some seriousness to the nature. You know, my dad was a small town television celebrity for a bunch of years, and even with my radio career, some people would actually say I was a celebrity. I'll be honest with you, I never quite got it, but yet I signed autographs every now and again. And I actually ran into a lady on Facebook recently who has an autographed picture I signed back in the 1990s when I worked in Indianapolis. Hard to believe, but you know, even radio people are celebrities. But it got me to thinking, and I've said this before here on Kev TV. I've said it before in my Mason Minute podcast, that one of the keys to being a celebrity, and this starts with your parents, you can't even control it yourself, there's got to be video of you when you're young. Last weekend, I watched the Beyonce documentary. I think it was on Showtime, HBO, one of those two or whatever. And she was showing old footage of her back when she was a kid. John Mellencamp in one of his first videos, going back to old footage of when he was a teenager. Get out the video camera. And I think now with social media, we're now more aware of that. There is no video of me except any TV performances I made when I was on the radio, when I, visited TV shows and things like that. But there are some things I did as a kid, long lost, that'll never be found. And it wasn't home videos. It wasn't anything useful, but it's gone forever. I think now with social media, though, a lot of people are taking more video. There's more video of me floating around, things like these floating around that'll be on the internet forever, or for a long, long time at least. So I think, number one, where parents got to start, video of their kids and pictures. And I think we're seeing that more and more. I'm amazed by all my friends and all the pictures they take of their kids that they put on their Facebook and they put on Twitter and they put online, and I love it. I wonder how I would have dealt with it as a kid back in the day. I never liked to have my picture taken. I don't to this day, but there's a lot of regrets I have in some of the famous people I met and some of the things I did, just not taking any pictures of it, no matter how bad I looked. Secondly, and something new I've just touched on recently, is in order to be a celebrity, in order to be famous, and again, it's not hard and fast, you have to have an alter ego. Work with me here for a second. In country music, the famed Hank Williams Sr. had Luke the Drifter as an alter ego. Garth Brooks used Chris Gaines for a short time. Didn't quite work out as well as he'd hoped. Going back in the world of rock, David Bowie using Ziggy Stardust. One of my favorite artists, Prince, has used Joey Coco. He used The Kid. He's had numerous. Was it Alexander Nevermind? I think he used it one time too. And I'm not just talking the unpronounceable symbol that I guess you could say was an alter ego for a while. Back on, I think, with the MTV Video Awards one time, Lady Gaga dressed up like a guy and was Joe Calderone for an evening. Beyonce has used Sasha Fierce. Or even a couple of TV characters. It's kind of funny. One of my wife's favorite TV characters, Phoebe Buffay from the TV show Friends, her alter ego, Regina Phalange. Karen from Will and Grace used Anastasia Beaverhausen as her alter ego. I even have an alter ego that I've been using off and on for years. It's Biff Dingle, and I've talked about that before. I don't know where I know where it came from. It was something that my father said when I was a kid, when he couldn't remember a person's name. What's that Biff Dingle guy's name? And it stuck with me. And so I've always used Biff Dingle, not as an alter ego necessarily, but just in fun and in jest. So if you've got the alter ego, if you've got the video, well, you're two steps closer to stardom. Okay, maybe not. But at least it's something to think about. You'll be glad you did. Another episode of Kev TV. We've got one coming up soon.